for tuning into According to Jen today. I actually just want to do a really quick video. I got a bunch of requests from you guys on, sorry, I'm trying to grab my stuff, on another video asking me to do some reviews on drugstore products. Now, let me first say, before I started doing all these YouTube videos, I chucked all of my drugstore products because they were probably 10 plus years old and I hadn't used them. And I was hesitant to actually do any videos on it because I really don't use drugstore products that much. So last night when I was at the store, I decided to grab a couple of products and give them a try today and see how they wear. So I just wanted to kind of show you what it looks like, and I will probably do a separate video letting you know how much I like it, because obviously, you know, it's only been on for probably a half an hour or so. So it's kind of hard to tell from a half an hour whether or not this is going to be decent makeup. But I have four things. I have this Fit Me Maybelline New York 115. This is the color Ivory. This is the foundation I'm wearing today. It's actually, I'd probably define it as medium to heavy coverage. I actually like it. It's really soft. It doesn't feel gross and thick and cakey on my face. At first I didn't think I was going to like it because it has kind of a peachy tone to it that I'm not usually a fan of, but I don't know, I think it did pretty well. It looks like my neck is a different tone than it. I don't know if it's the lighting in here, but I've checked the lights in both the mirror in here and in the bathroom, and it actually blends with my neck, so I don't know what's up with the camera thing showing it that way. But it actually does blend pretty nicely. Then I got the Covergirl Cheekers blush. I don't know what color this is. I guess I threw away the little sticker that went over it thinking that the color would be on the back. It's like I don't know if it's called a sheer blush or like a blush powder or something like that, but this color sucks. It does not do anything. I have like pretty much the palest of skin that you can get. I mean, I know that there's people paler than me, but this does not show up at all. So this was a waste of like $3.79. This other one, however, I actually like. This is the same thing. That's it. Actually, this is called Rose, and this is called Snow Plum, I think. So Snow Plum is the crappy one. It's like abbreviated on the back to SNWPLM, but this one actually says Rose Silk on the back. So the Rose Silk is kind of like this peachy color. It looks darker in my camera than it actually is in real life, at least on the front-facing camera. I'll have to see it on the end. But I actually like it. It went on really well. It's pretty sheer. I don't know if it looks as dark as it looks in here, but in real life it doesn't look that way. So I actually really like this. It doesn't put a funky texture on my face. The only thing is I don't like the smell, and it could just be because I'm pregnant. The last thing I got, which I'm disappointed with, is it doesn't even like have good branding on it. Color Sensational by Maybelline New York in Sugared Almond. It's lipstick. It looks like this. I thought I was really gonna like this lipstick, and it's super sheer. Like, if you've ever worn a MAC lipstick, then you know what good lipstick is. But when I put this lipstick on, it's really, really sheer. It doesn't even look like I'm wearing lipstick. I'll put it on, and usually it covers it pretty well, but this does not. I really don't like this stuff. It sits in the cracks and looks really bad. I don't know if you can see it. It's darker in the cracks where the color is because it just isn't full coverage. So I would not recommend this. I can tell you for a fact I would not recommend this, and I can tell you for a fact that I would not recommend the color Snow Plum because it just does not even show up. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in again. This is my follow-up video for the last video that I did. I wish the sun would come back out so the lighting would come back and be good for this. But I'm basically just doing a follow-up video to the drugstore makeup that I got yesterday while I was at the store. This morning I put on my Fit Me Maybelline New York 115 in Ivory. I use that as my foundation. So the verdict on this is that I don't like it. This is why I don't buy drugstore makeup. So I'm not sure if this camera is gonna show it. I really can't tell even if it's like focused on my face. But if you look at my face, you can see that it has settled into every single little pore, every single little wrinkle in my face. It looks really cakey and dry. It doesn't feel cakey and it doesn't feel dry, but it certainly looks that way. Again, I'm not sure if you can see it in this video. I'll try to get even closer to see if it will, you know, focus on it. I'll show you this side too. I hope that's focused. I can't tell. Anyways, you can also see it settled into my wrinkle over here. It's also settled into my wrinkle up here, and it's crusted around here, though I did just sort of try to blend that back in because I just recorded a video on this that I decided I needed to re-record. So I would not recommend this. At first I thought that this was going to be a good foundation because it felt really nice, but after wearing it, I've had it on for about 5 hours now. It's just not holding up. And this is, like I said, this is why I don't buy drugstore makeup, because it's just not the same quality, at least in my experience, as something like MAC or Lorac or Chanel or something like that. This is my Lorac foundation. This is the my go-to liquid foundation. I typically don't wear liquid foundation, but if I do, then this is the stuff I wear. The other thing I don't like about this and other drugstore makeups is that because I'm so fair, they don't usually make a color that has a tonality that matches my skin. So this has too much peach in it, too much pink in it, so it really doesn't sit on my skin and look nice the way it should. It looks sort of like there's clay on my skin. So also, just so that it's a fair, I guess, review, I did put it on with my Sonia Kashuk Stifling brush. I mentioned in another video that I wanted this brush. I finally got it. For those of you who don't know about this brush, you don't put the foundation on your hand and then go like this and then go like this to your face with it. You put it on your hand, you dab the brush in it, and then you dab it on your face like this. And it's called Stifling. I think some people call it stippling, but in all of my art history classes, when we talked about this as a painting technique, it was pronounced Stifling, so I still call it Stifling. I don't know if it's stippling or Stifling, but whatever. So I did put it on that way, so it was applied correctly, but it's still just not for me. Maybe for somebody who has a skin tone that has an undertone of pink or peachy kind of color, this would work really well for. But again, I still go back to the fact that it looks really dry and cakey on the top of my skin. This has just always been my experience with drugstore foundations. So I probably will not buy any more drugstore foundation to try to do a review on, because I will probably find that my reviews will be the same. So if you guys want reviews on other drugstore foundations, maybe just YouTube it and see if you can find somebody else who does it, because I spent probably $20 in drugstore makeup yesterday and I really can't use any of it. So, and you can't take it back. So that's what I also like about spending a little bit more money. You not only get a quality product, but if you don't like it, you can take it back. So I will say though, one thing that I do have, it's made by Rimmel London Stay Matte Pressed Powder in translucent. This powder I use on top of my liquid foundations most of the time, and I really like this. This is probably $3 or $4, I think, and it just does a good job keeping the shine away. Although I will say my face does look a little bit shinier right now than it usually does. I usually don't have to reapply my powder, so I don't know if maybe it's just my skin from this stuff or what, but usually this is a very good powder. So I would recommend this. I would not recommend this. The other thing is, I had mentioned in my other videos earlier that I had bought a couple of blushes from Covergirl. One is called, well, it's the Covergirl Cheekers blush. One is in Snow Plum, the other is in Rose Silk. They look like this. This one's completely useless, as I mentioned earlier, but I noticed when I went back and looked at the initial video, that when I tried to show you the color payoff, the camera was not in focus on my finger. I don't even know if it's in focus here. Let me see if I can look at the back of the camera while I do this with a mirror to see if it's in focus. There we go. I think that's in focus. I can't tell. So this is what it looks like when you just rub your finger on it, but you know, most people don't just like put their foundation or their blush on as one quick, you know, cakey stroke. You know, this is like a pretty condensed thing. They usually blend it in. So if you were to blend this, pretty much just disappears. I don't know if you can see that on my finger, but it pretty much disappears. It's just shiny. So I would not recommend the one in Snow Plum. That one was a waste of money. The other one in Rose Silk, the payoff, whoops, looks like this. Let me see if I can get that to the focus. I think you guys can probably see it. But again, this one also you want to blend. So when you put that on, you can see it's got a nice color to it, a peachy sort of color, which is nice for your cheeks, but not all over your face. So this one I do like and would recommend. It was like $4, I think. The last product that I got that I also already mentioned that I would not recommend is this Maybelline New York Color Sensational lipstick. It is in Sugared Almond. I also noticed that this was not in focus in my video. So here it is if you want to see it. I believe it's in focus now. This stuff does not cover your lips like a good lipstick does. If you use a good MAC lipstick, you'll know that it covers your lips. It's not sheer, it's not translucent, it's a nice thick, it's not thick like cakey, but it's a nice good covering lipstick, whereas this stuff is just crap. So I would not recommend this. I think I wasted like $6 on this. So I guess that is to say that the only thing I recommend is this Covergirl Cheekers in Rose Silk. Looks like that. So I hope this has been helpful. I probably won't do any more of these because I don't like wasting money. I mean, I just spent $20 on this when I could have had 2 MAC eyeshadows in palette for the same price. So, and I can't take these back. And so this is why I hate doing drugstore foundations and things like that, because most of the time I don't like them. Most of the time they don't work the same as a good product like MAC or something you'd buy from Sephora. So I guess I would recommend, I know you guys said that it's something that you want to see, but I really don't want to spend the money on it when I could spend the money on better makeup. So I guess I would recommend maybe YouTubing somebody else who might have reviews on drugstore makeups and stuff like that. If you guys had caught me 10 years ago, I would have had a ton, but I'm not really in a place where I like wasting money, I guess you could say. So yeah, if you guys want to see anything else drugstore wise, maybe like I said, YouTube somebody who does these sort of things frequently. I will be on the lookout for videos of other people that I see who do drugstore hauls for makeup and see what they recommend, and maybe I'll get those products and see if I like them, and if I like them I'll recommend them. But in the meantime, that's my review on these, and I hope it was helpful to you, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye!